Hello everyone and welcome to this Saturday edition of the Action Figuratorium. My name is Mark Major. I'm a real big toy collector here in Southeast Portland. I'm also an old school sales guy. I used to sell guitars out there on the killing floor. Then I moved into sales and marketing for some, let's call them .coms for lack of a better term. And now I run my own sort of video facility rental studio here in Southeast Portland, and I handle a lot of marketing agencies. I am essentially an old school marketing guy, and so today I'm going to be talking about action figure toy companies and online marketing. Specifically, we're going to go over a more recent move from Boss Fight Studio, in which they have fled, yes, I'm using the term fled, and I'll show you why. They have fled Twitter for Bluesky, and in doing so, they have essentially made it clear that they are burning a bridge from the old platform to the new platform, as it were, and we're going to discuss this a little bit and see why it is in fact a marketing failure on their end. For this, I would love it if all of you guys would strap in and hold on tight, because we're going to take an in-depth look at what's going on here. Just a bit of a disclaimer, if you didn't know, I am a fan of Boss Fight Studio, specifically their Vitruvian Hacks line. In fact, let me just show you that I have a lot of product, okay? And this is just my blanks. Plenty of other stuff as well. Company has always been really good to me. They've helped me with customer support issues. I do not hate this company. This is not one of those I hate Boss Fight Studio companies. If you came here looking for that, well, you're probably going to get a little bit of juice on this, but it's not because I have any kind of a bias against them. No, I'm just a critical thinker and someone who is able to distance myself and see things in a neutral light when necessary, and that is the path to succeeding. So let's go to our desktop view. I'm specifically going to bring up the Boss Fight Studio Twitter account. Some people insist on calling it X. Okay, we'll call it X, but you know, they spent all these years branding it as Twitter. To change it all of a sudden is kind of a bummer, and I understand that may be a bummer to some people. It's kind of a bummer to me, but that's the way it goes. So let's switch over. Here they are, 7,131 followers. And you can see that they posted the last time on November 14th. It says, we're ending our use of Twitter. Has any other toy tubers covered this? I don't think so. Not that I've really seen. I know that there was a little bit of coverage on things like Reddit and His Tanks when a couple of the two main founders apparently were bought out and left the company. It might have been a mutual thing, not sure. Of course, the two founders were a husband and wife, which means if one goes, the other goes, so it's not like this big crazy thing. We're ending our use of Twitter, but you can find BFS here, and then they list website, store, Instagram, Facebook, Bluesky. Okay, here's how I found out about this, right? Just recently. They did this on the 14th, and I didn't even notice until like maybe a day or so ago. But I was looking through my past tweets, okay, my past tweets, and one of my past tweets was me quote tweeting or retweeting one of their posts. And I noticed that it was gone, and I was wondering what happened to their post, because my post is there, but the thing I was quoting was not there anymore. Went and checked out their account, and saw that they had deleted, with the exception of this, they have deleted all of their posts on Twitter, all of them. So I'm not sure exactly when those guys joined. They joined 2013. So all their posts from 2013 have disappeared. They're all completely gone. They're not in any timelines. They're not. If you do any searching, you will not find it. None of that. Okay. Now we go over to their Bluesky account that they linked to. 638 followers, by the way, going up every day. Good for them. 624 was what it looked like a day or two ago. So It's gone up a few. Hopefully they can sort of climb out of whatever, hole that you may find yourself on a new platform. It's always tough to get discovered there. Takes a while. So what we're going to be talking about then is why they did this and why this is a huge marketing failure. So this thing that they did is part of a marketing strategy called burning platform. Now you might think platform refers to social media platforms. It does not. The metaphor refers to an oil rig. Essentially, if you are in an oil rig, a platform, and there's a fire, you have to get off of it. And the only thing you can do is jump in the water. It's a marketing term, and let me show you. We'll go to a Google search for it. If you type in burning platform marketing, you will see that there is, besides like their AI overview, which describes it, you will see that there are tons and tons and tons of articles about burning platforms as regard to marketing. Now, one of these I'm going to link for you guys in the description, because I believe if you're into doing marketing or if you're into this kind of story of Boss Fight Studio, you might want to check this out for yourself. Always love it if people are into educating yourself. Don't always take my word for it. Read for yourself. It's from a website called 1827 Marketing Burning Platforms, a B2B marketer's guide to social media volatility. All right, so what they talk about in here is what happens when, like, there's a new platform that comes along, a new service, like, let's say, Threads or Mastodon, or does anybody remember Google Circles? No? Well, that's too bad, because they came and went, just like some of these other ones are coming and going. Is Mastodon going to be around? Is Gab going to be around? I notice there's not much of a presence on Gab anymore. Is there? What about Truth Social, that kind of weird right-wing Trump platform for people to just be surrounded by sycophants who feel the same way as you? What about all these types of platforms? All right. So what they talk about in this article is that down in this paragraph they say, as and when new platforms arise, you might consider registering an account to ward off cyber squatters. Good move. Right? You don't want someone else to register an account and have people, fake people out, think that they're you, that kind of thing. But that doesn't mean you need to sink your resources into them immediately, right? And risk diluting your impact elsewhere. Basically, what they're saying is if you are going to start on a new platform, you do not get rid of the old platform, right? You have to migrate with time. And Boss Fight Studio 100% did not do this. They deleted all their content. And here's where I might need you, the audience, to help me, the dumbest guy in the room, figure this out. Why would they do that? And I ask that because as a business, they have a fiscal responsibility to market themselves and stay in business. And this is a terrible, terrible, terrible marketing idea. Okay. So you're upset with the current status of Twitter. Has a new owner, and to you feel that the platform has changed significantly, and perhaps it's affecting you negatively. Okay, so you just abandon it and go to this unproven platform when we see so many other platforms that come up, right? Threads, which has all the backing of Instagram and Facebook, i.e. Meta, so that people can just instantly migrate over. Threads is dead, baby. Sure, they grew really fast with like 100 million people, but then people found out that nobody cared, right? And that the action was still elsewhere. And same thing when Elon Musk bought X, a bunch of people went to Mastodon. Who's using Mastodon now? Zero people. So why would you flee instantly? Is it because you're trying to do some type of what's known as a dog whistle or virtue signal? You're trying to let everyone know that you're upset, and because you're upset, you're going to delete all your tweets and you're going to go to another platform? What kind of a fucking baby does that? Somebody who is fiscally irresponsible. An irresponsible fiscal baby is who does that, not somebody who's a strategist and a marketing person who needs their company to survive, especially with the fact that we're going to see a crash in the toy industry very soon. I've already made one video predicting one of the three major dogs is going out: Hasbro, Super 7, or Funko. You pick one. Even though I just looked at the financials of Funko and they had done like $113 million or something like that, it was still down from the year before, meaning they are continuing to fall in revenue and sales. And I already pointed out the article where they had to bury something like 30,000 units in the desert, kind of like that Atari ET cartridge that happened in the 80s. Somebody is going out, and they might take a few companies with them. And this might be one of those companies. And that's a bummer, because don't make me grab all my boxes and show you. I'm someone who actually pays for, enjoys, and talks about quite often the Vitruvian Hacks line, okay? So this is a fiscal irresponsibility by some baby who's trying to like say something about social media or about politics, and it is a huge mistake. You do not leave behind that platform for an untrusted platform. And if you don't believe me, let's go back to the article where they say it right there. They say, do not burn your bridges. You build bridges, you do not burn them. So I really need you guys to help me out and explain in a counter argument why you think this is a good move. How is reaching 638 followers better than reaching 7,131 followers? I mean, I have hardly any followers despite being on the platform for 14 years, and I was reposting their tweets, but I'm not going to Bluesky, so that's one less person retweeting them. How is this a positive for Boss Fight Studio? And also with the two founders who have left, people are just going to think that the guy now running the company is going in the wrong direction, and it's not going to give faith to buyers. People are going to see what's going on, and they're going to think that there is something wrong with this company and something wrong with the owner, and that he's doing stuff that is not in the best interest of the company, but something that serves his own personal needs, his own personal desire to show people in a stand of defiance that he's going to Bluesky. Well, that's a terrible, terrible mistake. To not to get an account, definitely get an account. I didn't say that. But to delete all of your 11 years worth of content to try and make a point, why would you do that? That is ridiculous and dumb. And, you know, I would say that, like, I can't get behind this, but I don't need to say anything. It speaks for itself. And that should be enough of what you need to know going forward with Boss Fight Studio. If there was any haters out there, they're going to totally latch onto this in a real big way. Again, I am not one of those haters. I was a lover. I have always stood behind the company, even when they picked up licenses for stuff that I wasn't interested in. You know, have a go at it. See what you can make out of it. It might be the big dog. Who knows? Strawberry shortcake. It might be the big dog that saves this company, right? I don't know. But I just think that as a marketing person, when I see something like this, I can't help think that people's egos and their feelings are too tied into the business. They do not have what it takes to step back and really run a company like this. And I don't think that these guys are going to succeed going forward. I think that this is a major mistake. And when we find out that there's no interaction with people on Bluesky in a year from now, and again, I could be wrong, come back here from 1 year and roast me, just destroy me in the comments, share it out on social media how I was wrong. I'll take the hit. I'm willing to concede a point if it turns out that I'm in the wrong. But when these guys find out they're wrong and they want to go back to Twitter, what are they going to do? Start posting fresh? And how come they didn't even just delete the entire account? Oh, well, they wanted to let people know that they're going to Bluesky. Okay, if you really, 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 really cared about, you know, your anti-X thing, you would have just deleted the entire account. So, I hate to sign off and make it sound like I'm an old, angry guy, because I'm not really angry, but I get excited on these types of topics when I see people doing the absolute stupidest stuff, and especially when it's a company that I used to stand up for and defend, and now I'm having a much more difficult time because I do not trust the leadership anymore. So Thanks to everybody who could make it this far into the video. I do appreciate it. If you like and subscribe, that's on you. Do what you need to do. But as always, people, stay charged.